Hello, everyone. I'm the producer of Dragon Ball Legends, Toshi. It's good to be back. And with me, of course...
Hello everyone, I'm the advertisement producer Kai. Welcome to the first release and stuff of 2023. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. Thank you all very much for playing Dragon Ball Legends this last year. We hope you'll continue to play and enjoy this game for all of this year as well. The dev team and I will all be continuing to work hard so that this game will be even better so that you guys can enjoy it even more this year. So look forward to it.
We've been celebrating the Legends Festival since November last year, but it's finally come to a close.
Just like the 4th anniversary, this Legends Festival was split into 3 parts, with each a new character appearing in each of the parts, and this was actually a first for our Legends Festival. Of course, the last new character released was the Ultra Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Gogeta, the first new version of this character that we've put out in 2 years, with a counter against blast arts as well as ranged special move and special arts, plus other never-before-seen abilities. We hope that Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Gogeta was an exciting release for all of you.
Gogeta's base stats are already excellent, but towards an end of battle, you just keep getting more and more buffs. It's exactly the kind of power you expect from Gogeta.
And we're seeing this character a lot in the PvP, and we think that he's making a very good and strong impression for all the players.
Recently, there was also a release of Legends Limited Android 17.
Right. This character was based on the popular scene where Android 17 defeats Anilaza. And with its release, we also added the new tag, Universe Rep Tag.
It's been a while since we've had a new tag, hasn't it?
Yes, actually. The last one was the event-exclusive tag, so it certainly feels like it's been a long time. Everyone can be sure to look forward to new and interesting party comps with the addition of this new tag. The summon for Legends Limited Android 17 is still on, so if you haven't gotten this character yet, don't miss out your chance. Be sure to check it out. Now, let's move on to the first announcement of the year. Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour 2023 is coming.
Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour first began 2 years ago, so this will be its 3rd event. Some of our viewers may not know about Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour, so could you tell us a bit more?
Of course. Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour is a celebration of all kinds of Dragon Ball games, including console games, card games, and of course, mobile games. This event has been held online for the past 2 years, but for this year, it's going to be a 2-day event held from March 4th to 5th PST in Las Vegas, of all places.
It's finally going to be held offline. So what kind of events can we expect for Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour 2023?
This year, Battle Hour will feature tournaments for the Dragon Ball Super card game, Dragon Ball Fighters, and Dragon Ball Legends. Legends specifically will have a special tournament exclusive to this year's Battle Hour.
So there will be a Legends tournament too. Can you tell us more about this exclusive tournament?
It will be a PvP tournament utilizing a new special rule set. Day 1 will be the qualifiers, and the top 8 players from those will join the final tournament on Day 2, where the true champion will be decided. Remember, this isn't just any ordinary PvP either. We plan to use a new special pick rule during the tournament. Basically, one player will pick a character for their own party, but right after that, they will have to also pick one character for their opponent. Their opponent then does the same, and then this process will repeat itself until both players have a full team of 6 characters.
So you are saying that each player will have 3 characters that they picked, and 3 characters that their opponent picked for them? That means there's no way you are going to end up with the character you want to them.
But that is the exciting part. It's not just about getting the characters you need, but also about sending your opponent characters that they hopefully don't want. There's a lot of interesting back and forth with your opponent in this new special pick rule. Check out the special broadcast on the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour YouTube channel if you'd like to see me actually trying out this new rule set. In addition to the tournaments, there will also be plenty more to see at the event, including photo spots, places to try out games, and more.
To learn more about how you can join this event, please check the video description for links to the official Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour site, the official Twitter account, and special broadcast we mentioned.
Of course, if you can't make it to Las Vegas, there will be live streams of the event again this year, so you'll still be able to enjoy Battle Hour at home. Now, let's get on to some Legends news. First up, we'll be holding Fierce Fight Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, an event where you can get a new sparking Super Saiyan 2 Kefla.
At the end of last year, we saw a lot of parties featuring tags like GT, Future, and even Future Warrior. But this is a whole new reason to get excited.
For sure, Kefla will have excellent synergy with Bergamo, who received a Zenkai Awakening this month, as well as the newly released Android 18 and Android 17. So you'll definitely want to get your hands on this new character.
What kind of abilities will Kefla have?
Kefla is a range-type character with a main ability that nullifies special cover changes and who can unleash devastating blast arts during the early stages of a fight. This character also has an ability that buffs allies and reduces their substitution counts, making for a fighter who can hold their own in a fight while also helping their allies quickly switch in and out. In particular, you'll want to pair this character with other Tag Universe Rep and Tag Girl characters. You'll also be able to get Kefla's Z power from this event as well as hyperdimensional co-op. You can also expect this to be a battle bonus character in an upcoming raid, so be sure to limit break as much as you can. Now, on to the next news. Super Saiyan 2 Kefla will be getting a Zenkai Awakening.
This character was supposed to be reckoned with around the time of the 2nd anniversary and saw a lot of use in Fusion Warrior parties.
The strike arts with blast armor was really powerful at the time. Kefla was also often used as a sort of vanguard who could clear the way for other characters. We plan to include buffs with this Zenkai Awakening that can bring out this character's natural strength, such as giving the special arts a key recovering effect, as well as adding an increase to key recovery speed at battle start. Plus, the Zenkai ability will target characters who are both Element Green and Tag Universe Rep. Remember to check in-game for more details after the release of the character.
As usual, there will also be a Battle Gauntlet and Awakening G Power missions, so play the event and clear the mission to get that Awakening G Power. And that's bringing us the information that you've been waiting for.
Yes, here is a surprise that I bet nobody expected. Check this out.
My time skip is unbeatable. I won't go easy on you. No, too slow. Let's finish this.
That is right. Ultra Rarity Hit is coming. I bet nobody saw Hit coming as a new Ultra Rarity character.
We got reps from a number of universes this month.
That is right. And while this character will be episode God of Destruction Champa Saga, they will also be Tag Universe Rep and should have excellent synergy with the Super Saiyan 2 Kefla that we announced earlier today, as well as with Legends Limited Android 17.
If you are paying close attention, you may have noticed that time skip wasn't just an animation. It was a full-fledged effort happening during battle in real time.
Everyone has got to be very curious about that, but we'll talk about that more in just a bit. Before that, let's watch some gameplay footage first.
My time skip is unbeatable. Let's get started. Don't think so. I had no idea you were so powerful. How pleasantly surprising. I won't go easy on you. Check this out.
I'll finish this right now!
No. Let's finish this. Stop wasting my time.
Alright, now let's talk about those abilities. Ultra Hit is a melee type attacker with an extremely strong special arts who excels at finishing off opponents. The Ultra ability also targets allied Tag Universe Rep characters. Ultra Hit has a new type of unique gauge known as a Time type that increases over time. If you use the special arts while the unique gauge is full, Hit's signature time skip will activate, and any opponent hit by it will have their movements and actions restricted. Characters in this state will be unable to avoid attacks or cover change, allowing Hit to attack without any fear of resistance. Given the overwhelming power of this ability, the unique gauge will of course take a little while to charge first, but even with this drawback, it's still a force to be reckoned with. As for the unique abilities, Hit will gain buffs in a number of situations, including when using arts cards and when the enemy uses arts cards while Hit is on the battlefield. Hit grows tremendously while fighting opponents, which is why if you use this character from the onset of battle, you can get a huge payoff when you activate the time skip. Of course, Hit's not completely focused on attacking. This character also has some defensive abilities, including a reduction to damage received and a special cover change. We really went all out to create this Ultra Hit, who can activate time skip not just as a simple animation, but as a full-blown ability. I hope you all get this character to try it out for yourselves. Now, that's all we have for new characters today, but there's one last bit of info we have to share. Have a look at this. A new equipment is coming that can be used by characters who are both Tag Universe Rep and Element Red. You'll definitely want to use it on the new Ultra Hit that we just announced. It will be available from Hyperdimensional Co-op, so remember to play the event to get it. You can learn more about the effects of this equipment by checking out the in-game notice after its release.
That brings us to the end of the first Reviews Understand for 2023.
Yes, it does. We would like to thank you all again so much for playing Dragon Ball Legends this past year. 2023 will be the 5th anniversary of Dragon Ball Legends, and we're all working incredibly hard to make sure that it's a year everybody can really enjoy even more than 2022. So, we hope you'll all be there to see everything that we have in store. Thank you all for watching to the end, and we hope to see you all in the next reviews and stuff. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.